Hey everybody, this is Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring Live, and today is Friday, August 20th, 2021. We are in the final day of the trading week and the final hour of the trading day. The final hour of the trading day is my favorite time to make my buying and selling decisions because during the day you have the algorithms and the day traders. They are the ones that are in control of the price. At the end of the day, the large financial institutions come in, take control of the price away from the day traders and the algorithm. I consider them to be the smartest money on the street because they're dealing with the most money, best information, best technology, and very smart people. And so the closing price of the day, in my opinion, is the most valid price of the day, and therefore the prices that I make my buying and selling decisions from. So thank you all for coming today. I hope you are doing well. It is a Friday. We are almost done with this crazy week. I am grateful for that, but I am also grateful for you coming today. I hope that by spending your time here, it's helping you with your trading and your investing, and I hope you're all having a great day. So thank you so much for coming. Currently, the market, the Dow is up 206 points, up 0.59%. NASDAQ having a big day, up 148 points, up 1.02%. And the S&P is up 31.36, up 0.71%. So green across the board on the indexes after the routing that we've had this week. So here is the plan for today. First of all, we are going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Secondly, we are going to come back, take a look at my current positions, talk about when I bought them, why I bought them, and how I'm going to manage them going forward. Did have some day trades today on Apple and VIX. I will share those with you and show you where I got in and got out and what my thoughts were. After that, we're going to go over the board, take a look at my students' current positions, and also talk about where they got in, why they got in, and how the positions are doing. After that, we're going to switch gears. We're going to talk about trader psychology. Most important skill in trading, in my opinion, is the ability to follow your plan. That's really what it comes down to. You do have to learn how to trade. That's true. There are some things that you have to figure out as far as support, resistance levels, entries, exits, all that jazz. But really, the most important skill is being able to follow the plan you just created. It's not that easy. It's easier than it sounds, right? Those of you who've been trading know exactly what I'm talking about. So that's why I spend a little time each day going over some trading psychology, words of wisdom. After that, I do have some potential end of day candidates that I'm looking at. I have gone down through the results of my watch list. I have gone down through the results of Kamal Scanner. I have three requirements whenever I'm looking to enter a new trade. First, confluence or combination of indicators lining up on multiple time frames. Second, I need a good risk to reward ratio, at least 2-to-1, based upon strong support below me and strong and likely resistance above me. If I'm risking $1,000, I need to be able to make $2,000 or more to the upside to make it worth my while to take the trade. And then lastly, please make sure you have a complete trading plan regardless of what methodology you use, regardless of what stock or any other market that you're trading. For me, it includes the following. I need to adjust my position size based upon the volatility of the market. Second, I need to know what my maximum allowed loss is. Third, I need to know what my emergency stop is. Fourth, I need to know where my end of day stop is. Fifth, I need to know where my intraday profit targets are. Sixth, I need to know where significant overhead resistance levels are. And lastly, number 7, I need to have a good trailing stop methodology in order to lock in gains. So if I have a nice trade, I do not give them all back. So using those three criteria, I have gone down through the results of the scanner and the watch list. I do have some end of day candidates. As we get closer to the end of the day, I will go through each one looking for those requirements. And if I find something that looks good, I will buy it at the end of the day, right before the market closes. If anyone has any questions for me, please let me know. I'm happy to answer them. If you need any clarification on anything, please let me know. I'm happy to clarify. If you have any stock symbols that you would like me to look at today, please go ahead, put them in the live stream chat. I will do my very best to get to them before the close of the market. I'll do my very best. And then lastly, after the market closes, if any of my students have any entries or exits for me today that they would like me to update on the board, if you could just please wait till the end of the day so that I'm done teaching, trading, and pressure's off, and then we'll spend as much time as we need to get to them. Okay, excuse my voice today, little weak as well. It was weak yesterday, a little under the weather today, so bear with me, take it easy on me. All right, and I'm going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer, and I'll see you in about 40 seconds. Thank you. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Please carefully read and or listen to the U.S. government required disclaimer before watching this video or live stream broadcast. The video link and disclaimer text are located in the description section of this video or live broadcast, here and here. Thank you so much. Okie dokie. Let's see who is here today. Steve Burns is first on deck. Good to see you, Steve. Thank you for everything that you do for this channel. I appreciate it. I hope you and Holly and the dogs are all doing well. And thank you so much for visiting us. And Steve says, hello, traders. Less than 1 hour away from the market chop fest ending. Yes, hallelujah to that. This has been a long week. I've done a lot of teaching. I've done a lot of trading. And so I am definitely excited that we only have 1 more hour of this nonsense. No, I'm kidding. Kamal is here. Good to see you, Kamal. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Thank you for everything that you do for this channel as well. Tracy Peterson says, hello, Gosseteers. Hello, Trace. Good to see you, my friend. I hear you're up in Ogden today. Anya T is here. Nice to see you, Anya. Hope you are doing well. Hope you are feeling well. Thanks for coming. Johnson is here. Hello, Greg and all. Hello, Johnson. Always nice to see you. Tom is here. TGIF Traders. I agree with that. Tom, good seeing you. Tom's a new student of mine. Very, very sharp. Doing very well. Look forward to our next lesson. Michael Wilkinson, a.k.a. Lova. Nice to see you, Lova, as always. Thank you for everything that you do for this channel. Really appreciate it. Enigma's here. Hello, everyone. TGIF to all. I agree. There's a theme here with the TGIF. Erica, how you doing, Erica? Onk's gonna be a big, huge FDA run-up play analyst now giving all buy ratings. Okay, sounds good. Thanks for coming. Jonathan D is here. Evening, Greg and group. Nice to see you, Jonathan. Hope you are having a good evening in Ireland. Steve says BYD Gaming bounced off the 200-day SMA today. All right, let's take a look then. BYD. Hey, there you go. Very, very nice. Very nice. Should we put that on the list? Let's put it on the list. BYD with the bounce off the 200-day, as Steve just mentioned. Okay, dokie. Lily is here. Nice to see you, Lily. I hope you're having a good day, my friend. Frank is here. Good to see you, Frank. Thank you for everything you do for this channel, bud. Really appreciate it. George is here. Hi, happy Friday. Nice to see you, George. David is here. Good to see you. David, I'm sorry, Steve says IWM under back over the 200-day moving average in the last 2 days. Yes, it is. I have that on my list, Steve, and we will be taking a look at that. Paxton says, hi, Greg. Take care of yourself. Thank you, Paxton. Appreciate it. Yeah, I need the weekend to recover. Johan is here. Nice to see you, Johan. Tracy said, Steve, does BYD back test well over the 200? Ava is here. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well, Ava, and having a good trading day. Dan is giving us the peace sign. Nice to see you, Dan. Peace right back at you, brother. All right, should we get going? Here we go. Exxon. Well, nothing to write home about on my swing trades. I can tell you that today. I did buy Exxon yesterday with the bounce and the intraday rejection of the 200-day moving average. Bought it at 52.66. It's 52.71. So it's up, it's down on the day, but it is up on the trade, and it seems to be holding the 200-day moving average. SPY finally had a good overnight SPY trade. And when I mean good, I just mean positive after the last few days. I did buy SPY at 439.86 yesterday at the close. Sold it today at the open, 440.10. So happy for that. Has moved a lot further up since then, but I will be buying SPY today at the close, holding it over the weekend, taking the over the weekend risk. MasterCard, I did buy MasterCard with the intraday rejection of the 200-day yesterday. I bought it at 357.22. It's 353.80. It's down 0.98% today. It has lost the 200-day moving average, and the 200-day moving average, of course, was my end-of-day stop. So if it does close below the 200-day moving average, I will have to go ahead and take the loss. Let's go over to weekly trades. It is the week. So I did take a weekly trade on DoorDash. Who else is in this with me? Oh, I guess it's just me. All right. So I bought this months ago with the false breakout to the downside V1. I waited for a pullback and retested the -1 ATR channel. I bought it at 137.48. The next week it went above 50, closed below 50. I sold it about 150. Then we had over a month of moving up to the 1.5 trailing stop level. Then I had a close below the previous day's low. I sold another half of a half at 166.98. And it has taken another leg up. Hasn't done much this week, but this particular trade on the weekly from entry to current price up 25.42%. Pretty good, right? I like to trade weeklies. I like to trade monthlies. Tesla. I did buy Tesla at 685.47 about a month ago. Higher low V2, 520 crossover. Bought it at 685.47. It did move up, did hit a profit target the very next week. I always like to take off partial profits when I move up 0.5 ATRs from my entry. This week is down, and I did buy it at 685.47. It's 681.06, so it is slightly down. On the week, it's down 5%, but as far as the trade, it's slightly down. So anyway, Dash working out really well. Tesla pretty close to break even. And then on my day trades today here on Apple, where are my trades? Oh, that's right. The first one was on the 25-minute. I had a short on the 25-minute here with the rejection of the 50 moving average on the 25-minute. I shorted at 148.17. Next bar closed. I covered half at 147.95. Next bar moved sideways. Next bar was a big down bar into the value zone, rejected the 250-day moving average, and I covered at 147.35. So I shorted at 148.17, covered half at 147.95, and covered half at 147.35. Oh, and then the other one here at 147.66. That's right. Because we went below the 200-day moving average, I covered half just because it was a big bar down, and then we closed back over. So shorts at 148.17, out at 147.95, out at 147.66, and out at 147.35. So pretty good short there on Apple. All right. So we can get rid of that. And then VIX, I had trades on VIX as well. My first trade on VIX was back here earlier in the day. We came down. We had a lot of sideways motion, as you can see, triggered a V1 and a false breakout to the downside and a rejection of the 200-day moving average. I bought it at 28.70. I sold half at 28.81. I sold another half of a half at 28.91 and another half of a half of a half at 28.96. And then the very last remaining, the 16th of a trade that I had, closed below the 200 down here at 28.59. So really nice trade, except for that last little part. And then had another one here today This is a fractal. A fractal is a high with two lower highs to the left and two lower highs to the right. What got me interested in here was the sideways motion. The bar where I bought it triggered the fractal. MACD crossed over, and there's also a ton of buying volume here. That's why I bought it. I bought it at 28.10. I got out of a portion at 28.28. I got out of another portion at 28.29. And I got out of another portion here at 28.37. Oh, and this portion here at 28. Okay, 28.10, 28.20, 28.24, 28.29, and 28.37. I sold here. I'm glad I sold, obviously, because the next bar came right down. But we were getting close to the third ATR channel, and it was a big trade, so I just went ahead and took it off. So pretty good day on the day trades for sure. All right, let's take a look and see what's going on with your trades, shall we? Kamal did have an intraday trade on Boeing. Looks like he bought it at 213. It's 212.59. It is up on the day. This is a day trade, but it is slightly down on the trade for Kamal. So you just let us know, Kamal, whether you're keeping this or not. Tesla. Tom had a nice trade on Tesla. He bought here at 664.60. It's currently 681. It's up 1.1%. And Tom is up on this particular trade currently 2.38%. So congratulations, Tom. ZTS, Jonathan bought ZTS at 201.40. It's currently 207.43. So nice big run up here for Jonathan. It looks like a crossover play, and it worked like a champion. So way to go, Jonathan. Congratulations. IQV, Dynamic Duo, and Ava did buy IQV here with this. Looks like a 520 crossover at 248.10. It's 254.85. It is down slightly on the day, but so far this trade is up on the it's up on the day, but on the trade up 2.65%. So congratulations there. Uber, I believe this is Kamal. Kamal bought Uber at 41.45. It's currently 39.94. It is slightly up on the day, but this is down on the trade. ATVI, we have David, and we have Michael, Martin, and Gary did buy ATVI higher low V2 at 82.43, and also a rejection of the negative third ATR channel. Looks like 82.43. It's 82.41. So it is down on the day, and it looks like down on the day unless Michael or David did take some profits up here. Hopefully they did. Spot. I don't think we have anybody in Spot, unfortunately. It's up 5.66%. Dang. And then Wex was on my other list there to buy. So, all right, let's take a look here. Steve says NVIDIA has a 520 crossover. And that's not NVIDIA. Yes, it does. NVIDIA does have a 520 crossover here. Has it broken above previous highs over there? Yes, it has. So it has broken out from this previous high, and fractal, by the way, and does have a 520 crossover. Steve says Beyond Meat, or not Beyond Meat, Boyd Gaming 200 SMA crossover backtest has a 1-to-3 risk to reward ratio with a 37% win rate. Glenn says, hi Greg, BYD is weak in August, only up 40% of the time and only 25% in September. Short-term bounce to 50 SMA, 58.40. Oh, let's get back to BYD. Up to 58.40. Well, that would be good. On a downtrend is the best I can see. Okay. So it does back test with the bounce off the 200-day moving average, as Steve mentioned. Khalid, and thank you for that, Glenn, and thank you for everything that you do, my friend. Khalid says, "Hi everyone. Hope all are doing great. Hope you are doing. You are also doing great, Khalid." Tracy says, "Thanks, Steve and Glenn." QLD has a 520 crossover. Also, the Qs have a 520 crossover. Yes, I am definitely looking at those, Steve. Those are on my list. Glenn says NVIDIA bounced the same exactly a year ago. Could see a repeat $28 rise on a break to 209 back to 227. Well, that would be good if we can do it, right? All right. Steve says VMEO emerged back over the 30 RSI today. Yes, it did. Under 30, over 30. Also broke back over the 5 EMA. Also broke back over the negative third ATR channel. Let's see what the weekly's doing. V1 on the weekly. That is good as well. So let's put that one on there. VMEO. VMEO. Let's do a little math on VMEO. Sorry, I'm not too quick today, everyone. I'm struggling a little bit since yesterday. So if I'm not my quick self today, you'll know why. 658. All right. All right, so Exxon's up a penny. Holding the 200-day, that looks like a keeper. SPY, of course, buying that at the close with the overnight SPY trade. And MasterCard looks like I'm going to have to be exiting MasterCard with the close below the 200-day moving average. Okay. All right, so what do you have? 123 right now. Let's see. All right. I think we'll just get to it. So listen, before we start looking at our end of day trades today, before we start going through each one, as we get closer to the close, and keeping in mind the three requirements, right? Confluence, combination of indicators lining up on multiple time frames. Number 2, good risk to reward ratio, at least 2 to 1. And then number 3, make sure you have a complete trading plan in place. But before we get to that, you know I like to touch on trader psychology every day. I have my favorite channels out there on Twitter and Facebook. But of course, my favorite poster of all times is Stephen Burns, who we are lucky enough to have in the live stream with us right now. And this is over at the New Traders, Rich Traders channel over on Facebook. It's a really good thread over there. You have to apply to get on it, but Steve's there, Kamal's there, Mark Minervini's there, Tom Basso's there, I'm there. It's a great channel. But Steve made a post, and let's see what Steve has to say. To become a profitable trader, you must first analyze what is making you unprofitable. Makes sense? Not taking stop losses, so allowing big losses. That is certainly a reason you may become unprofitable, is not taking stop losses, right? So allowing big losses. If you're allowing big losses, it's going to be very difficult to become a profitable trader. Not letting winners run, so no big wins. So true. You have to have the big wins, everyone. Everyone does the opposite. They let their losses grow and they take their wins quickly. It's the total opposite of that. You have to be very impatient with your losses, and you have to be very patient with your winners. That's how it goes. So the third one, not letting winners run, so no big wins. Position sizing too big, causing too much stress. The larger you position size, the more unlikely you are to follow your plan. It's just how it goes, everyone. That's why I'm a huge proponent of position sizing based upon your maximum allowed loss divided by the value of the 2-way TR. It takes into consideration the volatility of the market. Will give you a reasonable position size so you can keep your emotions at bay and follow your plan. But position sizing too big, causing too much stress, just random trading with no edge. This is what people fall into all the time. They just take trades with really no edge. Remember, you have to have an edge, everyone, in order to be able to make money in the long run. So to become a profitable trader, you must first analyze what is making you unprofitable. You know, be honest with yourself. What is making you unprofitable? Do you just have huge losses? Do you have no big wins? Do you have too much stress because you're not following your plan? Or are you just trading without an edge? Figure it out. I agree, Steve. You have to figure this out. We want small losses. We want big wins. We do not want to have too much stress. We need to have a proper position size, and we have to make sure we're only trading when we have an edge. Like I read yesterday from Mark Minervini, only put down money when you have odds on your money. So thank you, Steve. This is so true. I mean, really, we always talk about being profitable, but what's making you unprofitable? Do you have too big of losses? Do you not have big wins? Do you have too much stress because your position size is too big? And are you trading without an edge? So thank you, Steve. Glad you're here today. Hope you have a nice weekend. This is, like I mentioned, this is helpful for me. I hope it was helpful for everyone in the group today. All right, Steve says we have a 520 crossover on Facebook. Well, we're going to have a lot to choose from today, everyone. Let me do a little math. That's not Facebook. Let me do a little math on Facebook. All right. And all right, 204. Steve says, thanks, Greg, for sharing. Minervini is up 223% this year. That is why he is a market wizard. Yeah, Kamal was telling me the same thing. Unbelievable. That is amazing, isn't it? Let's see, 128. All right, we have some time. I need to take care of something real quick. Just give me less than a minute, and I will be back. All right. Here we go. Wow, 200 and something percent. That's amazing, isn't it? My goodness, that's great. Frank says, oh, here we go. We have a poem from Frank. This is going to be good. Paste this over here. Okay. All right. Frank's poem says, the market is a constant test, challenging traders for whom there's no rest, waiting and watching as they assess, always doing their very best. So there's so much to trading that goes unexpressed. Oh, that's good. The market is a constant test, challenging traders for whom there's no rest, waiting and watching as they assess, always doing their very best. There's so much to trading that goes unexpressed. There is a lot to trading, everyone. There is no doubt about that. I think it's the hardest. I think it's the hardest occupation in the world. Sometimes it's so easy to make money. Sometimes it's so hard to make money. You have to deal with the ups and downs. You have to deal with your emotions. It's a tough one. Don't let anybody tell you it's easy, because it is not easy. All right. Okay. Give me one more second. So there is Facebook. Facebook does have a 520 crossover, 358.40 to 358.34. Let's take a look at the weekly on that. Hanging about the halfway of that big up bar, rejected the negative 180 ATR channel. Yeah, that one looks good. So there's a lot of these for us to go through today. We'll have to narrow them down, see what we can find. Let's start with Amazon. Well, I've been looking at Amazon. I've been waiting for a signal. I'm looking for under 30, over 30. It is down again today, just slightly, just $1. But we're at 26.63 RSI. Did reject yesterday's low, so holding there. But before I can get interested in Amazon, I need to close back above 30 RSI. Alibaba, wow, everyone, look at this. I mean, down another 2.85%. These Chinese stocks have just gotten hammered. 18 RSI, 18.7 RSI. So not interested on Alibaba here yet. FVRR, Fiverr, looking for an under 30, over 30, has yet to happen. Not back over, so not interested there. McDonald's, I do like McDonald's. We had a close below the negative 1 ATR channel. We rallied into the value zone. We had a pullback. Here is a nice V2. Here is day one. Here is day two. Day two washes out day one's low by at least a quarter ATR, and then day three is above day one's close. It is up 0.62% today. It is a textbook perfect setup on McDonald's, so this is definitely one of my favorites today. The Qs have a 520 crossover. We did cross under yesterday on the big sell-off. We have rallied up today, and the 5 has closed back above. This is a very well-known approach. Well-known crossover, the 520 EMA crossover on the Q, so that one is also a potential. WBA V1 close above the 200-day moving average with an intraday rejection of the 200-day moving average. I think it's a little chasey. I don't like the downward sloping 50-day moving average above, so I'm going to pass on Walgreens. CVX, under 30, over 30 on Chevron. We're right underneath the third ATR, negative third ATR channel. Decent risk to reward ratio here. I already have Exxon, so I can't buy this today because of the correlation, but it is an under 30, over 30. Let's look over on the weekly. Did find some support at the confluence of the 100-week and the 50-week moving average here as well. But for me, not interested because I already have Exxon. IWM does have a false breakout to the downside and a V2. Here is day one. Here is day two. Here is day three. Day two goes below one. Three is closing above day one's close. And so and a false breakout from the low here. So it's false breakout to the downside, V2, entry trigger, and a rejection of the intraday rejection of the 200. I did just backtest IWM. It does backtest well, or backtest positively, I should say. AGQ, under 30, over 30, false breakout to the downside from here. Metals, silver, has really sold off dramatically here, but it isn't under 30. We were under the 30 RSI earlier, so this is definitely a potential for me as well on AGQ. BYD, we mentioned this, it bounced right at the 200-day moving average, a steep dip by. Let's take a look at the weekly, holding support of the -1 ATR channel, so that one does make sense. VMEO, under 30, over 30, under the negative or under the 5 EMA, over the 5 EMA. Back on the weekly, V1, that also looks pretty good as well. And Facebook, do we still have the crossover? We do. 358.42 to 358.34. Roku, under 30, over 30, and over the -3rd ATR channel. Let's look at the weekly. Looks like it's finding support at the 50-week moving average. We do have the 200-day moving average over. Silver, very similar to AGQ. They're going to pretty much look always the same. But I actually am interested in AGQ. CPNG, rejection of the -3rd ATR channel, but failed to go over the 30 RSI. Skills, looks like it was a V2 earlier in the day, but right now there is no under 30, over 30, and there is no V2. And Upwork looks pretty good here with an under 30, over 30. Under the -3rd, over the -3rd channel, and then on the weekly holding support at the 50-week moving average. So let me make my little list of the ones I like the best here. McDonald's, Q's, AGQ, Upwork, IWM, and Facebook. Those are all my favorites right there. Oh, did Amazon go back over 30? Not yet, but it is positive on the day now, so that's good. All right, time to narrow down here, everyone. I do like McDonald's. It's a pretty nice setup. Again, it's a higher low V2 in the value zone. That's always what I'm looking for. Close below the value zone, rally nicely into the value zone. Had a bit of a pullback here. V2 entry, 1, 2, 3, 2 washes out, 1, 3 closes above day one's close. So I do like McDonald's. The Qs with the 520 crossover. You know, I prefer crossovers that are moving sideways more. This was such a big move from down here all the way back up here. Not saying it can't just continue. It very well may continue. But me personally, in my experience as well, the best crossovers come when you have sideways motion, then you get the crossover. This was not sideways motion, of course. This was down, 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 and now this is a huge bounce up here. It is a valid signal. There is no doubt about that. But that being said, just really not my preferred kind of trade. AGQ, I like the test of the previous bottom. I like the under 30, over 30. If we look at the week, we're right down near the -3rd ATR channel and the 200-week moving average. So AGQ is definitely on my radar. Upwork looks pretty good as well. Let's check the weekly. Yeah, I like the confluence of the -1 ATR channel and the 50-week moving average holding. 958,000 shares, so there are enough shares here. Did bounce near the 250-day moving average. IWM, close under, close back over the 200. Let's check the weekly on IWM, holding the -1 ATR channel. That one looks good as well, and it does back test. And then Facebook with the 520 crossover. Was it still in place? 358.40, 358.88. My favorites for today are McDonald's and AGQ. So I'm going to put those up here. AGQ. All right. So I do like McDonald's. Very nice setup here. AGQ, nice under 30, over 30, at least so far. If it closes under 30, I won't buy it. But I also like the nice kind of easy breakout up from the previous low there. Nick says Chewy, $87 calls for next week, round 3 on Chewy today. Just been playing this one back and forth today. Lows for the day on these contracts. Chewy. Oh, yeah. $87. Hey, not a bad place. I mean, we're getting down into the previous support over here, getting close to the 200-day moving average. Yeah, I think that makes sense to me. Waterbender's here. Hello, good to see you, my friend. Steve says China Communist Party announced it was redistributing half of Tencent company's profit back to the country. Well, how about that? Ava, ARW higher low weekly. Oh yeah, and I do have a couple. Yes, well, Ava, no, we never closed below the -1 ATR channel. Really, for us to get those higher lows, the best higher lows come from when we close below the -1 ATR channel, rally into the value zone. So this is essentially a return to value sideways motion. This is a valid signal here, but it's just where we're at here is just a continuation of the first V1. It's not bad. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not exact. Speaking of weekly, I have one potential here for a weekly trade, and it is a short trade on Apple. That is correct. It's a false breakout to the upside. See the previous high we had over here? Went up, rejected it, came back down. We have a V1 to the downside, and we also went over 70, under 70. So for my weekly trade, it's going to be Apple. It's going to be a short of Apple on the week, again, because of the false breakout to the upside, rejection of the new range, closed below, and a V1, and we went over 70, under 70. So I guess I better put that there as well. There we go. So I'm looking at McDonald's and AGQ on the daily. I am looking at Apple on the weekly, but as a short. And I do have to get out a MasterCard today before I start looking at new stuff. Exxon's fine. It's positive. It's holding the 200-day moving average. buying the SPY at the close like usual, getting rid of MasterCard before the close. McDonald's, I like the higher low V2. AGQ, as long as it holds above the 30 RSI, I will buy AGQ. And then Apple, for me, will be a short on the weekly with the rejection of the previous high, the over 70, under 70, and the V1 to the downside. David said, snow, big bounce today back over the 200. Oh yeah, well off of its lows, huh? Wow, has earnings coming up. Man, what's going on with snow today? Wow, a lot of volatility on that one. Michael wants to look at NICE. NICE looks good with a 520 crossover. I don't know if that back tests though. Let me see, do we have time to look? I guess we do. Let me see if it's here. That one's not available for me to look at, unfortunately, so I don't know if it backtests well. Frank says flower power. The sunflower when it's young follows the sun, but when it matures it faces east. I did not know that. So the young flowers follow the sun, but when they mature they face east. Interesting. Glenn says McDonald's is up 80% in August, third best month after April and June. Well, good. We want it to go up, don't we? Okay. So I'm going to get to work here selling MasterCard. Well, I guess I can wait a little bit longer. But again, I do like MCD. I'm going to take a half position in McDonald's. I'm only taking a half position because I'm taking two positions today. One in McDonald's, one in AGQ. So I'm going to take a half position in each one. Make sense? And then AGQ if it closes over the 30 RSI. And then I will short Apple on the weekly again because of the false breakout to the upside, the V1 to the downside, and the rejection of the 70 RSI, and we are very close to the third ATR channel as well. Right. Okie dokie. All right, I'm going to go ahead and sell MasterCard right now. Just take care of that. All right, done. And done. try to wait till as close as we can to the end of the day, and then I will be buying okay, so yeah, AGQ, and MCD, and AGQ, and okay, good to go. So I already sold MasterCard. All right, what's everyone else thinking? Steve, what are you looking at today, if you don't mind? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and buy my AGQ right now. And let's take a look at McDonald's. I think I'll wait on that one. Exxon may be challenging the 200-day moving average. If it is, I'm just going to have to go ahead and get rid of it. But I'll watch that one. Johnson says, looking at TMDX 200 SMA bounce, TDOC for multiple bottom. TMDX. Looks pretty good. Not a lot of shares traded, but I do like the close over the 200-day moving average. Let's take a look at the weekly. It's in the value zone. It's okay. All right. Frank says, the name is Goldfinger, Mr. Bond. A single ounce of gold can be stretched into a thread 5 miles long or hammered into a 300 square foot sheet. I had no idea about that. Wow. Steve did buy the Qs today at 367.97 using the 520 EMA crossover. He also bought NVIDIA at 207.64 with the 520 crossover. He bought Facebook at 359.19 with 520 crossover. He bought Beyond Meat or Boyd Gaming at 55.94 with the 200-day SMA and Roku. So let's recap on Steve. He bought the Qs, he bought NVIDIA, he bought Facebook, he bought Boyd Gaming, and he bought Roku. Qs, NVIDIA, Facebook, Boyd Gaming, and Roku. So that's what Steve's doing today. I'm going to go ahead and buy McDonald's. All right. And I'm also going to short Apple here right before the close of the day. Okay, we're getting close to about 3 minutes. I went ahead and shorted Apple for my weekly trade. Q's making a high on the day now. All right, so I'm all taken care of. Steve says lift is under and back over the 30 RSI. A lot of that today. Yes, it is under and over. Have a great weekend, everyone. That's what Nigma says. Thank you so much, Nigma. Appreciate that, my friend. Hope you have a nice weekend as well. So we're closing in 1 minute. Look like Exxon's going to hang in there, so that will be a keeper. Oh goodness, everybody, that is the end, thankfully. Long week. All right, let me see where I bought and did everything. All right, so I shorted Apple on the weekly at 148.22. I bought McDonald's at 238.49, and I bought AGQ, half position on McDonald's and half position on AGQ at 3504. All right, so AGQ. I bought AGQ at 3504. Okay. And I will put here that it's a half position. Okay. And then McDonald's. I bought McDonald's at 238.49, exactly where it is. That is also a half a position. And then I did short Apple on the weekly at 148.22. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. My my charts crashed, everyone. You've seen this before. It's good times. All right. We'll make it through. Don't worry. We shall make it through. Sorry, I'm going to have to reboot. Shucks. Sorry about that, everyone. Gosh darn it. All right, let me see if I can boot it back up again. Takes a minute, though. I'm going to go ahead while we're waiting and just write down. Let's see. We'll put this over here while we're waiting, and that's coming back up. It is coming back up, right? Yes, it is. Okay. So I'm just going to write these things down. So we have Steve, QQQ at, oh, now it moved from me, 367.90. 367.97. NVIDIA at 207.64. Facebook at 359.19. BYD at 55.94. And Roku at 348.41. All right, are we back up? Almost. Almost back, almost back. Come on, baby. All right, there we are, thankfully. Come on over here. Ugh, that's not good. Now what happened? Oh, okay. Okay, let's start this over again. I apologize about that. All right, so we're going to have to make some room here. All right, QQQs. We have Steve at 367.97. Okay. Steve is the 520. Okay. Then we have NVIDIA, NVDA at 207.64. Good trade on that one so far. 207.64. And that is the 520 cross. Steve with the 520. Okay. We also have Facebook. All right, Steve bought that at 359.19. Okay. BYD at oh no, did my computer do it again? You've got to be kidding me. Ugh. All right, I give. I'm gonna have to write these down. I'm sorry, everyone. Okay, Frank. I'm not going through that again. Okay, see, Frank has Walmart at 150.76. Tracy has McDonald's and IWM. David has McDonald's and short Apple. Bought Google yesterday. Tom is plus McDonald's and short Apple. Waterbender says, happens to the best of us. Yeah, that hasn't happened for a while. So Kamal is out of Uber. And then plus Uber at 39.80 and plus BA at 213. All right. Kamal says, thank you, Greg. Have a great weekend, traders. You as well. Glenn says, can slim stocks low, Dexcom, HCA, IDXX, and ODFL look to buy on pullbacks? Sounds good. Thank you for that, Glenn. Johan says, thanks, Greg. Have an awesome weekend. Thank you very much. Tracy says, thanks, Greg. And all Tom says, time to start drinking, Greg. Maybe some water and some tea and then go into bed, right? Ava is in EXAS and in McDonald's. Okay, I will get these all updated later, but I will get them all for sure. And since we have this up here, everyone, if we all do one random act of kindness daily, we just might set the world in the right direction by Martin Kornfeld. Makes sense. I like to read it every single day. It's a good saying, it has good meaning, but if we could go out and do one nice thing for another human being today, it really could change their day in a positive way. And if we could go out and do one nice thing for an animal, really might make their day as well. And, it's just good karma. It's a good thing to do. And one day when you need it, hopefully someone will be there for you as well. So sorry about the chart issues there at the end. I will get everything updated correctly for sure. And let's take a look. Let's see what's happening after hours. Anything exciting? McDonald's even. Gold down a little bit. Silver down a little bit. Apple up a penny. So yeah, did add a short. Did add a short today on Apple on the weekly. Makes sense. I think it's a good risk to reward ratio. We shall find out if that was a good move or not, but it did make sense to me, technically speaking. Okay, Jonathan bought a half. One half of McDonald's. Can I backtest DOMO? Let me see if I have the ability to do it. Do DOMO. Nope, I cannot backtest that one, Jonathan. It's not available in my backtester. Apologize for that. Michael says, thank you for everything, Greg. Yeah, Mike, we'll speak soon. Hopefully we can have our Skype call over the weekend. Frank says, if the market is planning a correction, I wish it would get it over with. Yes, I 100% agree with that as well. Yep, 100% agree with that as well. So if anyone has, any of my students have any additional entries for me for the board, please let me know. But I think I got everyone's stuff. Yep, I think we got it all. I hope you've had a good trading week. It was a wild one. My gosh, wildest one we've had in a while. But wild ones also offer opportunity as well. So I hope you have a really good weekend, everyone. I hope you're safe. I hope you're good to yourself. Do some deep breathing, get some exercise, drive safe, study up on your charts, and just have a good time. And yeah, I guess I will see you Monday, hopefully, God willing, during the last hour of the market. So if you have any other questions or any other comments that you want to put forth, this is last call. Otherwise, I'm not going to go to bed. I am going to go do a little hiking just on the flats just to get some fresh air because I haven't hiked for the last couple of days because I was under the weather. So, but I do need to get out and get some fresh air. Jonathan says, cheers, guys. Have a great weekend. Thank you, Jonathan. You as well, my friend. So, all right. Also, I guess I should mention too, I do teach private one-on-one lessons in the evening time via Skype. So if you're interested, let me know. I teach a great course, 15 hours. It does cost $1,750, but it's worth every penny. If you're interested, send me an email. Email's in the description of this video. I'll reply. I'll ask you if you want to set up a Skype call. Skype call's free. I just want to learn more about you and your trading, your challenges, your trading goals. You can ask me questions about the course. And then after the call, think about it as long as you want. But if you decide one day, today's the day I want to be a better trader, email me back. We'll set up the course and away we go. Second, I do have a really good online course available over at udemy.com where I teach you step by step how to trade the deep dip buy stock trading strategy. I've got so many good reviews and comments from all over the world on this strategy. And the best part, it only costs like $12 or $15. So if you have $12 or $15 and you have some time this weekend, watch the course. I promise it will make you a better trader, and the link's in the description. And then lastly, if you like today's podcast, if you could hit the thumbs up button, I would really appreciate it. It helps build the channel and lets YouTube know there's some valuable content here. So Tom says, thank you, feel better. Ava says, IWM had 10 10% correction so far. All right. All right. Well, that's about it, everyone. Have a great start to your weekend today. Have a great weekend, and I will see you Monday morning or Monday afternoon during the final hour of the market. Thanks again. Take care. Bye-bye. U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity. Thank you.